$13,590 or $14,339 for SSI in 2023, Supplemental Security Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now this is a really good question that I recently saw down in the comments section from an SSI beneficiary. This person reached out with a couple different questions. Number one being, Matt, can you give us an update on how much we're going to be getting as SSI beneficiaries in 2023? And then next they went on to ask, will we be getting $13,000 or even $14,000 in 2023? These are some really good questions and exactly what I want to focus on right here in the video. I want to give you the full breakdown and everything you need to know, so let's get into it and discuss all those details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. As I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm very much dedicated to you and this community to continue watching all this new information that's hitting the wire every single day, doing all the necessary research and breaking it down into these short videos so you can understand and know what is going on right now, especially as it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, how much you're receiving every single month, and all of these other announcements coming out of the administration and the president, lawmakers in Congress, bills and packages, proposals and amendments, reform to these very important benefits, as well as anything in regards to money, checks, programs, stimulus, raises, or anything else right now. Of course, I want to make sure that you're staying updated with everything going on. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I'll continue to be here for you every single day, no matter what, as that's my dedication and my commitment to you and the community. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into it and talk about the questions from that person right here on the channel receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income. Now, I want to make it very clear, this is just for SSI. However, don't get me wrong, there could be some changes too that also do impact other aspects of Social Security, including retirement or SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, all of the benefits. But I want to break this down because realistically, when it comes down to it, I'm going to be honest with you right now. There's one piece of legislation out there right now that may be the most promising for SSI specifically. Again, there's many pieces of legislation out there right now that encompass all of these benefits, but this one that I want to talk about here for just a second, I say is probably the most promising, and it is specifically focused on SSI as well, and it also does translate into these $13,000 and $14,000 numbers. In fact, let's quickly talk about that for just a second here, and then we can talk about how much SSI may be getting in 2023. And again, we don't know the full details quite yet because any of this information could change at any given at any given point, but I still want you to know all the details behind this. Here's what it comes down to. As far as the $13,590 or the $14,339 in 2023, let's break it down because this is actually very important to understand. As we all understand, Congress currently has the SSI Restoration Act in their possession. They're not doing a whole lot with it right now as we speak, but this one does does remain on the table in Congress, and it is something that Congress could get done if they certainly wanted to do so. It wouldn't take them all that much effort to get it done. But ultimately what it comes down to is reforming the SSI program, which, by the way, as of right now, about 8 million beneficiaries receive SSI, a very, very important program sending out monthly benefits to older adults with limited income and resources, and of course, those individuals with disabilities. So a very, very important program that sends out those monthly payments that so many people rely on, about 8 million people as of right now. Well, here's what it comes down to. As a result of the SSI Restoration Act, one of the provisions within that is to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. Well, as of right now in 2022, which is when I'm recording this video, the federal poverty line is $13,590 per year. So right now it's $13,590 for the year, which actually divides out to $1,132 every single month. So that's where that $13,590 is coming from. Now, when it comes down to the $14,339 is actually the federal poverty line projected for 2023. The way that this number was actually derived is by taking the federal poverty line from last year, $12,880, and figuring out the difference between $12,880 last year and $13,590 this year, which was actually an increase of 5.51%. Well, if we put the multiplication on there again, the 13,590 multiplied by 1.0551 actually comes up to $14,339 for 2023. That's the projected federal poverty line for 2023. It could be around there, it could be more, it could be less, but it's going to be around that range somewhere. Now, divided out on a monthly basis would still be $1,194 every single month if the federal poverty line does go up to that $14,339 in 2023. So that's where those numbers are coming from as of right now. And again, that could adjust higher, it could adjust lower for 2023, but that is the projected federal poverty line for 2023. All right, so when it comes down to it, we have a lot of moving parts here. Number one moving part is, of course, the SSI Restoration Act. Is Congress going to do something with it soon? Are they going to do something with it by the end of this year? Well, sure would be nice if they did. Are they going to? Again, we don't really know that quite yet. I can't say yes or no because honestly, I have no clue if Congress is going to do it or not. But realistically, I'm going to say this much. Considering where we are in the year, considering that they have a ton of time off between now and the end of the year with the holidays and all kinds of other shenanigans that they're doing, of course, I would say, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think the SSI Restoration Act is going to pass this year. I'm just being totally real with you right now. I don't think it'll pass this year in 2022. It'd be nice if it did. It'd be nice if it did, but I honestly don't believe that it's going to. However, now let's look out to 2023 because it could look a little bit more promising then. We got a new page, we're turning over a new leaf, and we're getting a new Congress. Again, what's going to happen there? That's anybody's guess at this point, right? But in 2023 could be a totally different story. In the event that they do pass the SSI Restoration Act in 2023, then is when we could be looking at all of these raises to benefits, removal of the marriage penalty, as well as a variety of other factors that could be put in place, right? So this actually does look pretty encouraging. In the event that they wait until 2023 and the federal poverty line does raise up to that $14,339 or thereabouts, it would actually be giving you an effective raise of about I'm running the math in my head, $62 per month more, or about $730 more throughout the course of the entire year just by waiting until 2023 versus actually approving it right now and raising benefits to the federal poverty line right now in 2022. So that's all moving parts right now. However, when it comes down to 2023, I can tell you this much. We know this for sure. There will be a raise to SSI benefits as a result of the annual cost of living adjustment. That is a for sure thing, okay? That does not need to be passed through Congress. It does not need some special rules. It does not need to be voted on. It literally just needs to be implemented by Social Security. That's it, okay? So the annual cost of living adjustment is a thing. This is not something, thankfully, that we need to wait for Congress to do, because if we did, we'd still be waiting for 1989's cost of living adjustment to be approved. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but my point is, if we were waiting for Congress to do it, we'd be waiting a long time for any type of approval, right? But as of right now, the annual cost of living adjustment will be a raise that hits your 2023 benefits. And of course, as an SSI beneficiary, you will be getting your January payment and of course the end of December, because that's how they do it, because the first of the month lands on a holiday. But I think everybody understands that by now. But this is what it comes down to. So as far as how much you're going to get, again, good question. It's going to be all based on the annual cost of living adjustment and what that official announcement comes in at. And then of course, we're also going to be waiting to see in 2023, do we actually get some kind of raise to benefits as a result of the SSI Restoration Act coming into fruition and that major provision in there to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to say it again here. I've said it before, but I'd like to say it again. The president has said no older adults or people with disabilities should ever need to live in poverty in America. Newsflash, guess what? SSI is below the federal poverty line by about 34%. So, I don't know. I mean, if nobody should be living in poverty, then why are these beneficiaries living 34% below the federal poverty line? Just saying, right? Anyway, for that person that was asking, I hope this gives you a better explanation as far as what's going on and what you need to know about SSI in 2023, how much you're going to get as far as your benefit, and then the extra cherry on top, which would be the raise to benefits as a result of the amazing provisions within the SSI Restoration Act. Anyway, hope this one helps you out. Again, I am here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please leave your comments, your questions, and your feedback down below. If you need me to elaborate on this any further, of course, I can certainly come back and do that. Otherwise, I hope that this explains it a little bit more. Until next time, make sure to subscribe down below. If you haven't done so yet, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. I'm here for you in any way that I can be. I truly want to help you out. Grab as much money, benefits, programs, or anything else that you can right now. Money's very tight for a lot of people, especially fixed income. Anyway, I'm here for you. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next one.